For the purpose of this assignment, our group decided to read the article Becoming Warm Demanders, Perspectives and Practices of First-Year Teachers. The group members are
Carol Madruga,
Jasmine Sawyer,
Mackenzie Walker,
and Nicole Gilbert.
This article was about two first-year teachers attempting to be warm demanders in their classroom. Both of these teachers are spending their first year teaching in the same school and the same grade level that they completed their internship in. Allison is in a first grade classroom, and Diana is in a fourth grade classroom.
Both teachers had two different mindsets about being a warm demander. Diana, the fourth grade teacher, viewed warm demanding as merely an approach to classroom management, while Allison, the first grade teacher, viewed warm demanding as a stance of teaching that affects every aspect of her work.
Both of these teachers also had different challenges when trying to be warm demanders. Diana struggled with setting consistent standards, following through, and was not confident when claiming her authority. She thought warm demanding meant asserting your authority using classroom management instead of a theory-based stance in the classroom.
Allison, on the other hand, struggled with consistency, pacing when dealing with management and academics, and knowing how she should express her emotions with her students. However, unlike Diana, Allison realized warm demanding is not just a form of classroom management, but a theory-based approach to teaching.
When reflecting on our challenges in the classroom, I realized that in my first student teaching placement, I struggled with explicitly stating my classroom management expectations from the beginning for my students. Originally, I thought the students would know how to act automatically, but I quickly realized that my students were not developmentally ready for this. I needed to explicitly teach them my expectations. This relates to Diana because she was also challenged when claiming her authority.
I struggled with being consistent with behavior management problems as they came up during lessons and activities. Oftentimes, I would only address certain distractions when they came from certain students, which wasn't fair. This relates to Allison's challenge because she mentioned sometimes having to ignore problems that arise to keep the pace of the lessons or activities.
I struggled with following through with classroom management. When students did an unexpected behavior, sometimes I would give them too many chances to fix the unexpected behavior. And sometimes I would say things such as, if you do it again, I'm going to call the principal, or you will lose out on social centers. But they would do it again, and then I did not stick to whatever I said I would. This made the students not take me serious sometimes. My struggles relate to Diana's struggles because she also struggled with following through.
I struggled with trying to maintain a balance of consistency when it came to classroom management, similar to this dog. When I needed to control the class, I didn't want to come off as harsh, and I also didn't want to demand more than I should. This struggle is similar to the challenge that faced Allison regarding her use of consistency.
Some trends that we noticed in our group was the need to work on our classroom management strategies. Also, the need to explicitly set management expectations and the need to stay consistent and follow through with management strategies.
Based upon the trends we found within our group, one central issue that every group member faced is staying consistent with our classroom management strategies.
As a group, we lacked consistency using classroom management strategies in our first placements because we struggled with balancing control of the class and also creating and maintaining positive relationships with each of our students. Each of us did not want to appear too authoritative and instead wanted to harbor positive and lighthearted teacher-student relationships.
When looking at our common issue and trying to relate it to a theory, we decided to look at culturally responsive teaching. According to Zaretta Hammond's theory of culturally responsive teaching, teachers must create a classroom environment that is socially and intellectually safe for dependent learners. In order to create this safe environment where dependent learners can take risks, teachers must set up rituals and routines that reinforce self-directed learning and academic identity.
Warm demanding is a feature of CRT. In order to be a warm demander, a teacher must teach with authority and insist on a culture of mutual respect in their classroom. This mutual respect must be created by enacting a clear and consistent management plan and setting high expectations for student success. In order to address the common issue among our group members, we as teachers must be comfortable with being an authoritative figure in order for students to hear and feel our care.
We as teachers must set up structured management plans and be consistent with those plans. As effective warm demanders, it is imperative to show that you care for each student by remaining fair and consistent with the management strategies. One strategy that could implement structure into our classrooms is creating rules as a class. If the students take part in creating their own rules, everyone knows what the rules are and each student can take ownership over their actions.
Overall, this project has led us to reflect upon our own teaching practices and has made us more aware of our role as warm demanders. We've learned that a key part to being a warm demander is teaching with authority in order to create a culture of mutual respect in their classroom and help students to reach their fullest academic potential.